once again to Mearachd, episode 7. And what did the party accomplish last week?
Combat sucked, and we got really beat up by bats. And then we met the Batmen, who have wings, and said the bats belong to them. The Rangers came and picked us up. We got grades that weren't great, except for Erasmus, who got an A-. We saw the Batmen, and we talked about raising free-range bats to use them for spell components. We're finishing party theory. We're getting notes that have value that we can use to get things made on campus. Erasmus is going to plan a proposal to the dean about why we should do sustainable bat farming. Trent wants to get a wand of cure light wounds. I want a longbow, and it was time to level up.
Okay.
Yes.
Good stuff. And so the party joins us, leveled and ready to go.
Indeed.
Excellent.
Yes, all leveled.
Yep.
Well, so you've basically finished, aside from the remains of your other, personal classes, there isn't a whole lot more that comes up for the remainder of the next week or so. As far as your party studies or party theory is concerned, you are all considered to have successfully completed that course with your respective grades.
Did we get something saying what our final grades were?
Yes, your final grades were exactly as he gave them to you at the end.
Oh, I thought that was just the grade for the bat encounter.
Nope.
No, it was the grade for our. That's why I was swearing.
Because he didn't get his A+. The rest of your stuff was factored in when he added that grade in.
Gotcha.
Or at least I took it to be our final grade.
Yes.
I'm doing a lot of slinging as I'm reading up on party commands.
Okay. Basically the structure here is you have a while to finish up your other classes. After that, there's about a week break that you'll get, so you can go back to family. Keeping in mind that a week here is 10 days as opposed to the traditional 7-day structure. Does anybody, while they have their other classes going on, have stuff they want to do on campus?
Yeah.
I do believe we are supposed to be helping a party member throw the most hellacious party, and we are running to the end of the semester, so I feel we must be obliged to fulfill that part of the quest.
And do you think you will accomplish that now?
I don't know how long it takes to plan a hellacious party. My character is assuming a couple of days. So I thought we'd knock it out at the end of the semester.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go to Trent and talk about how, what do you need, like a day or two to plan a party?
No, this party won't be happening for probably at least the end of the school year.
Okay. Just wanted to follow up on something I said. I'm not going to read a book on party planning. That's not going to happen.
All right, so from what I did read, I got, at least from Jess, you said you wanted to have somebody make a handy haversack for you.
That's correct.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So the good news is you've got plenty of people around here that are willing to, try to do the work for you with your writ in hand. You can give me a bit of either diplomacy or knowledge local to try to find the best person to complete this job.
All right.
Aren't those more than 1K?
You pay the cost of what it would take to produce them. because you're having the students make these for you.
Oh, well, I want that instead of the Cure Light Wounds wand myself, then.
Okay. All right. So you will find your way over to some third-year magic students, bringing them this request for a handy haversack. And like you talk around, and you're really not feeling confident about some of the lower end students. There's too big a risk they might fail at it. But this is kind of a smaller job. But you figure like you could probably get a third year to do this for you. So you make your way over to some of the third year students, and let's hear your pitch.
Hello there.
Hello. You're not seen you here before. You are.
Oh, good guy. College
Oh.
dude.
Yes,
Sorry.
my name is Niev. I'm a druid. What is your name?
Oh, you like being out in the woods, huh?
Oh, yes. I grew up there. It's beautiful.
I do enjoy the trees myself from time to time.
What was your name?
I am.
Creepor.
GM looks for a name. Yes, Creepor Charles. Let's see. Let's do this, I think. How to hit me with the name thing.
Well, Niam's very personable. She needs
I am Fabian.
Fabian. Very
Yes.
nice to meet you.
Same.
Actually, I was seeking you out because I happened upon. I was given a writ, and I would like to perhaps get a handy haversack made for me.
Haversack. You could get a first year to do that.
Well, I could, but I would be more comfortable with the quality of a more experienced student.
You like getting things done by experienced people. Huh?
Indeed. Experience sometimes just makes all the difference.
I would agree so. I'll tell you what. I suppose you're probably coming because you got one of those writs, yes?
Yes, that's correct.
I think I could do that for you. Why don't you swing back by here tomorrow? And actually, it's early enough. Maybe swing back by here tonight, and I can have that for you. No problem.
Oh, wonderful. I would really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so Trent, you want the same thing, yes?
Yep.
All right. Diplomacy or knowledge local, sir?
Yeah.
gonna hit on you, too.
Knowledge local.
All right.
He's like double my chances today.
Oh,
He's
poor
like-
Trent. So Trent, you are looking about the class, looking about the school. So one of the difficulties here that actually give me a knowledge arcana, since you have that going for you, right? You have some ranks in that?
Yeah.
Very good. So yeah, you'll know some of the rudimentary basics about this is in order to make a handy haversack, something has to be like pretty up there in knowledge about magic. Otherwise, they're taking a lot of chances in making this thing. The problem is, you know that this is kind of like a basic level thing, and it's going to be hard to get like more experienced students to do this. So you're like probably spending a lot of time focusing on trying to find like somebody who'd be willing to do this, but you could like, but you know there's a better chance on average that they're going to get this done. But you are not having any luck finding anybody with that 9. Like people just keep either ignoring you when you like find them, you find this person and they just like kind of blow you off, or like the person that you're looking for doesn't actually go to the school. It's like some kind of name that doesn't link to a room or anything else. But supposedly like this person's been in the school for 3 or 4 years when you're looking. So you keep just coming up with like bad leads on everything. You know you could have a first-year student do it, but there's a pretty substantial chance that something would go wrong. What do you want to do? Do you want to spend more time searching for something, or do you want to just leave it in the hands of a first year?
I mean, I'd like to spend some more time. Sure.
Okay. In this case, you'll have to give me a diplomacy then, because you only get the one knowledge roll on any specific check.
All right. So because of one of my traits, I actually have a +1 to this.
Okay.
So let's see if that counteracts my 7 charisma.
All right, fate is kind to you today, sir. So you're like really feeling frustrated, like, because you know quite a bit about what's going on around here, and to just come up with like nothing just makes you feel like something's just wrong here. So you make your way just on a whim. You're like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna go over here, I'm gonna check out one of these classes, and I'm gonna see what I can get. And you notice, you'll notice Niev kind of walking away from somebody. After you can overhear her talking about the haversack. And this person seems to be willing to make her haversack for her. So you can make your way over to him. What do you want, first year?
Oh, well, Niev told me you were making haversacks.
She just walked that way. How'd you?
We're both spellcasters.
Oh, you sharing thoughts or something? You know what's going on inside her head?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God.
Can you tell me a little about her?
Sure can.
All right, I'll tell you what. You help things go well for me tonight, and I'll make sure I'll make your haversack.
All right.
Love is in the air.
All right.
Do.
So yeah, you can get your haversack made.
Oh, Lord.
Do any of the other three of you have any ideas for stuff you want to have made?
I just feel like that guy's like, druid chicks are wild, man. You know it's gonna happen. I'm researching, reading, sling practicing. How many days do we have in total, Senor?
You've got like about a week and a half.
Oh,
well,
wow.
you've got a half a week before like school will take its pause. And then, again, it's a week for the pause.
The pause, eh?
The pause.
Trying to figure out what we can do to improve the party's efficacy.
I want a longbow.
You want a longbow?
Yep.
Just a regular longbow or anything special about the longbow?
What are the options?
So you can get longbows that allow you to add your strength bonus to your damage. Those are called composite longbows.
Let's see if I could afford that.
You're in 18 strength right now or 20 strength?
Open up, right? My roll 20 is being weird. I'm gonna reopen it.
Okay.
Probably stressed by having 2 games in it. Being real laggy.
Nice, okay.
My total strength is a 20.
Okay.
Ooh,
So
man.
you can get a +5, a mighty composite longbow, version 5, which allows you to add your full 5 damage to your bow attacks. And if you want it to be masterwork, that will cost you about 900 gold.
I have 81 gold, so that's.
You
not
also have a writ for 1,000 gold that you were given, that you were each given, which I know some people don't have properly on their character sheet.
I didn't know where to put it.
I put it in valuables underneath.
Some people put it in their quick equipment. Some people put it in their money tab thing.
You said how much is it? 900.
It's 900. So it's 450 because you would get charged half the price out of your writ.
And it's a composite longbow.
It is a composite longbow 5.
So do you have enough cash to cover it?
Yeah, if it's only 450.
Yeah.
So then I can just keep the rest of the
So you have another
GPM.
550 gold for the remainder of the writ.
Okay.
How about you, Constog? What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Got anything you'd like to buy? Anything you'd like to find out about? Any party members you want to try to kill while they're sleeping?
Damn, Constog again.
As part of
Look, I'm
the
not the
pact?
Look, I'm not the one with anger issues here. That would be the stag.
But you've gotta fulfill the pact.
Yeah, that's
Neve?
not a part of the pact.
Oh.
Niav learned not to snore. She doesn't want to get killed in her sleep.
It's not
Stag is
me
kind of
that
ruthless
wants you
like
dead,
that.
it's the stag, and it keeps whispering it to me all night to kill you guys.
What nobody actually knows is Michelle is secretly a blight druid
Oh,
and is really out to get Niev.
creepy.
Don't let anyone know.
Oh, right.
How much is a wand of cure light?
So a Wand of Cure Light is normally, I believe, 300 GP. I always forget my wand numbers, but I'm fairly certain that's it. 370, or I'm sorry, it's normally 750. It's 325 to have made, or 375 to have made. That's where I was thinking of the number from. Making it.
I might go on the lookout for someone who can make one of those.
Okay. Give me either a knowledge local or a diplomacy.
Wait, no, frick, I forgot those. Wait, what if I don't have either of those?
You can still try with the knowledge. And you need to try diplomacy actually. If you don't have
Okay.
ranks in knowledge local.
I'm so used to having it, I just clicked it.
Yep. Ugh.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so you can ask around, and there's some like first year clerics that would be willing to. Well, so here's the weird part. To find one of these, you have to find somebody who's like at least 3rd level, because they have to be. Actually, I think it's higher than that. Crafting wands, I think it's 5th level. One sec. Craft wand. Yeah, it's 5th level. So you need to find a student who's been in the school for a while to get this done. So your first thought is like, oh yeah, I'll go hit up some of the students in my classes. This will be a no problem kind of thing. And then you find that like it's a lot harder than you think to find somebody who even knows how you get Wand of Cure Light made. There's a lot of people around here that like just aren't interested in making such a mundane thing, and a lot of people that don't even know how. It seems to be a very uncommon thing around here that people have. You can keep trying if you want, or you can try to think of maybe something else that you want. Your choice.
I'll go back to the drawing board for the day.
Okay. All right. So, Trent, how are you going to help this situation to make sure that your haversack gets made correctly and on time?
Oh Lord.
Because you can either share some details that aren't true, or you can try to steer the situation.
Oh, well, I mean, I was probably gonna just, like, wingman him, like, talk him up and stuff to her.
Okay. All right, so, like, before she goes to pick up her
And then, yeah, if that doesn't work, like, if she doesn't seem impressed by him, then, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make up some lies about stuff she likes and things like that.
All right, so yeah, you can meet up with Niev.
She likes compost and smoothies.
His favorite is a compost smoothie, however.
And yeah, I want to hear how this goes. So how does this conversation go between Niev and Trent about how great this haversack maker is?
What's the haversack maker's name, by the way?
The haversack maker's name was Steve. Forgot it, right? Thank you, Fabian.
Fabian. Pervo.
Fabian.
No, not Pervo. He's not being pervert. It's just being a little on the hungry side. Hungrio.
Oh, Trent, what are you doing here?
Well, this is our normal eating spot, right?
I guess you normally don't like to be seen with me outside of class.
Yep, sure don't.
Yeah, it was like awkwardly just like spreading some peanut butter on some bread, just kind of like, okay. So, how's it going?
Yeah, so, you know that handy haversack dude?
Oh, you mean Fabian?
Yeah, man. I heard he likes composting.
Oh, really?
You should ask him to help you out with yours.
I could maybe bring him a sample. That would be great.
Yeah.
I could get more people into composting.
Yep.
Wow, I didn't have any idea. I mean, normally those types don't like to get their hands dirty.
Yeah, I don't know. Surprised me too, but yeah, he's a big fan from what I hear.
I can't wait to see what he thinks of my sample.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for letting me know. It didn't look like you two hit it off. I didn't think that you would know so much about him.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been looking into potential people to invite to my party, so I've found out a lot of info about a lot of people around the place.
Oh, that's good. Are you planning on having like a end of term party?
No.
Oh, okay. I figure I don't know much about parties, but wouldn't it be better to like have smaller parties and practice so that you can throw the ultimate party, figure out what works?
No, because you guys trashed my room last time you were there, so.
I see. I didn't know that you were also interested in a haversack, or I would have asked you to come with me when I was like trying to track someone down.
Yep.
They're quite handy.
I'm quite weak.
Yeah,
I
it just
definitely
seems like
need something nice to carry my things around in.
Yeah, it just seems like with all we have to carry, it'd be nice to have a sturdy bag. Well, I'll be sure and get a nice sample of compost. Bring it by. See if he has any tips. Maybe he actually does something different.
Yep. I'm leaving.
All right.
I'm gonna actually go to this dude and warn him though.
Okay. I was wondering if that was gonna happen. I was like, is she just gonna show up with like a handful of dirt, and he's gonna be like, "What the hell is going on? What am I supposed to do here?"
So she's really into composting. So I had to tell her you were into it too.
The hell's a composting?
I'll explain it with a knowledge nature.
Okay, go for it.
Got plus 11, so let's see.
Yeah. All right, you do a really good job telling him all about composting.
Yeah, here's some composting facts. Unfortunately, I was forced to learn them for one of the party classes.
He like in you know, somewhat typical wizard fashion, he takes down a couple of notes. It's like, oh man, this is gonna be great. I know all about this now.
All right, good luck, man. I'm heading back.
All right, thanks. All right, so Niev, you can head over to pick up your haversack at the end of the day.
All right, I spent probably the afternoon, collecting some samples of composting and working in the garden. So I'm probably a little dirty just from being in the garden, but since I figure this guy works with compost, I'm not going to bother to change or anything.
Okay.
All right. Oh, hi, Fabian.
He looks a little surprised as he's like about as clean as he can be and reasonably like better dressed than he was when you first saw him. Hi. Have you been composting today?
Oh yeah. Well, my party, we have a garden plot, so I've been working in the garden, and of course all those scraps are just wonderful for composting.
Oh yeah, I mean that's really, it's good to help the plants get all the nutrients they need as those things kind of decay and deteriorate.
Oh yes. You must have been busy, but it looks like you cleaned up. Maybe were you also working in the garden?
Oh, not today. I don't. Composting's a really neat thing, and I really like it, but I don't get a lot of time to get out gardening. We've got a lot of studying that we have to do here. My parents really care about me making good enough grades that I can get into a good apprenticeship. Because if I don't get into one, like they're real worried that I'm not going to have good job opportunities out there, and they're really looking forward to me being in divinatory industries. A lot of money in that realm.
Oh, definitely. Well, that certainly makes a lot of sense. If you ever want to work in the garden, you're welcome to come join me anytime.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, and I brought you a sample of my compost. I would love for you to try it. Tell me, if it, helps your plans. If you have any tips, I would be glad to exchange tips.
So I'm assuming you hand it over to him in like a bag. You don't just have like a raw pile that you're.
I was assuming more like maybe like a glass jar, but yeah,
okay.
Just like something. Yeah, I'm not just like here's dirt.
He's gonna look at it. Give me a sense motive.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, he looks interested as he looks at it and sets it down on his desk. So you want to come in? I'll show you what I got
Lord.
done.
Oh, sure, absolutely.
Hey, baby. Does he put on mood music?
He does not. He doesn't have those wizard spells. The best he can do is a ghost sound. So yeah, he will bring you over to the haversack. I need to make sure of something real quick. There we go. That plus. Okay. Yeah. So he shows you. Your haversack. Your haversack looks to be pretty nice looking. It's in good condition. The straps are like well put together. The inside of the bag seems to have like the proper amounts of extra dimensional space in all the places. It's pretty good work I did this time. I was a little distracted with all the other stuff I had going on, but I still managed to make sure it worked out.
Oh, wonderful.
You gonna use this for composting or?
Oh, no. Actually, I just want to use it to carry, a lot of things. We have been going on some expeditions into the woods, and it would be nice to, have a nice bag to carry all of the things I need to bring with me.
Yeah, it's these are particularly useful when you got places you gotta go. You spend a lot of time in the woods? I know you're a druid and all, but
Well, I mean, a fair amount. I go to the woods fairly regularly. We just spent some time tracking down some bats for the party theory class.
oh, I hate bats. Ugh.
Yeah, not a big fan, but there apparently were some dwarves that are huge fans of them.
Wait. Couple years back, they called themselves like the Batmen or something like that?
That would be them.
Oh, those guys were obnoxious. Oh, they were in my first year party studies class, or party theory class. They just kept going on and on. 5 of them, right?
Well, only 3 now. Apparently one got run over by a stampede and then another got eaten by a tiger.
Oh, poor guy. Sucks.
Yeah.
I had one of the guys in my crew way back in the day get eaten by, I guess back in the day, 2 years ago, yeah. He got eaten. He ended up getting eaten by a tiger too. It's rough. I don't understand how they can send students out there like that, but I mean, it's weird. My parents said there was a chance, I might not make it through the first couple of years. But it doesn't seem to be everybody. Not everybody seems to end up having to go out there. But
Yeah.
it's there's some kind of different test going on, you know?
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that, but you might be right. For us, they wanted us to go out there for some extra credit, and just like you were saying with the tigers, man, one of my party members almost got eaten by a tiger.
You didn't
It was
manage to
very
lose
close.
him?
No, thankfully, we were able to beat the tiger off and get him some help and get back to the rangers.
He chuckles a little bit as you say beat the tiger off. But then shakes his head. Well, I'm glad you made it out. It's rough having to watch somebody get dragged off by one, and knowing that the rest of your crew just isn't pulling their weight.
Yeah, it's rough, but hopefully it'll get better with party studies. I mean, that's what we've got next.
If you still kept all 5 of you, right? You were 5, right?
Yeah.
And you're
yeah,
still
5.
5? I at least saw one of your other ones.
Yeah, that we're still 5.
Oh. You might end up with advanced party studies instead of party studies.
Oh.
It isn't you can choose to opt out of it. But usually the more likely a group stays 5 afterwards when they go into party studies, the more likely they are to end up in advanced party studies, especially if they got sent on those field assignments. We obviously didn't end up in it, but I knew some of the other friends of mine I have ended up getting into advanced party studies. Really, really interesting stuff they do, but lots of people don't come back.
Oh. Wow. I'll have to talk that over with my party. I mean, I know at least one of them, the one that was almost eaten by a tiger, will probably want to do the advanced course. He's all about getting the good grades.
Well, from what I hear, people who get into make it through the advanced course are much more likely if they ever want to, do any work in Fort Jericho, or if they want to make their way into some kind of more prestigious position, in some kind of defense organization, or working in some of the bureaucratic circumstances. I hear it's basically a shoe-in kind of thing. But it's supposed to be a pretty big mountain to climb, and rumor has it out of the 5, there's a good chance only one of you is gonna go anywhere alive.
Oh. Wow, that's certainly something to consider then.
But it's good work. From what I've heard, there's a lot of stuff that's problematic that roams around, and a lot of it's cleaning up kind of the more complicated problems that there just aren't the right people to go solve. You know, I think it's a lot of what this school is here for, making sure that people like get a better idea of the direction they should be going in life. It's really changed my mind about a lot of things. You know, I came in here thinking I was just gonna learn a few things and this would be like a breeze. You know, I'm really smart and I know my way around most of these books, but it's really taught me that the books aren't the only thing that teaches me. You know, sometimes it's the people you meet, sometimes it's the interactions you have, sometimes it's the things you do.
I've noticed that too. Honestly, I'm actually here because my tribe of druids, they, are wanting to diversify our education a little bit. I'm kind of a test case. They want to see if, sending us to an outside school to be educated, if it makes us better. But I've learned a lot, and not especially, I'm okay with the books, but I learn a lot just from, how I'm interacting with my party and just some of the things that we've done already.
Well, I hope you manage to keep it together. It'd be sad to lose somebody like you in this school.
Oh, absolutely. I really find that it's helpful to know upperclassmen. I know you're probably very busy with your studies, but if I ever have any questions, maybe we could get together and we could talk about what I can expect at the school.
Oh yeah, anytime you want, feel free to come on by. I'd be happy to talk. Maybe at some point you might want to go out, get something to eat or something.
Oh, sure. That would be great. I love to eat.
All right. So you can take down Fabian as another contact here in the school.
All right.
And Trent, that will mean that the next day your haversack will be ready for you as well. And it is done up. He took some extra effort as a kind of a thank you to make sure it is color coordinated with your outfit.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, I felt a little bit inspired last night, so I hope you like it.
Awesome.
Wow.
Thank you.
Young love. Steve, I noticed that there is a component called Wyrit that allows one to store Kai points, but only from others. Is there a way to do that for if I wanted to put a couple of my points into it?
What were your points called?
I have an arcane reservoir,
Okay.
which operates similar to panache or grit.
This is something that we could probably talk about. I potentially don't see a problem talking about it.
Okay.
I actually thought, I'm looking here because I thought there was a thing that existed already.
Well, there's some things, but they're all
Very
they
expensive.
store a lot of points, and
Yeah.
they're very expensive, right? Like, I'd have to spend a couple of days charging up a pearl of power.
Okay. Yeah, let me spend a little bit of time researching stuff, but I'll add that to the list of stuff you're looking for.
Okay.
Because I don't want to make up something too much on the fly and end up either making it not powerful enough or making it too powerful.
Gotcha.
Anything else that more people are looking for?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a Banana Flies t-shirt with its new logo.
Okay. They do have Banana Flies t-shirts. Alright, so for the next couple of days that you guys... Does anybody else have anything they want to do for the next few days that they're in class?
Oh man, yeah, I had something in my head. Give me a second to remember.
Okay.
Because I definitely was planning to do something else.
Well, let's go ahead and take a short break then. Will you try to recall what that is? And we'll be back shortly.